Hi everybody, I am so excited to be here with my good friend Vivienne McMaster, who is going to be joining us at Curve Camp. Hi Vivienne!
Hi, Curvy! So excited.
I know, me too. Really excited to get to hug you again in person and have you get to hang out with everybody. So for people who may not already know you and your awesome work, could you tell us a little bit about what you're up to? Give us your bio.
Sure. I am a photographer, and I have a special obsession and love and life mission to help people use self-portraiture as a tool for self-compassion and self-love.
That's so powerful.
Yeah.
What do you most love about that work?
I most love the way that we have one perception of what we think or one outcome we think is going to happen when we take a photo of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love most is that we are 90% of the time wrong. Mm-hmm. And we can really rewrite stories and heal and we have a very clear idea often of how we are in a photo, and there's so much potential and possibility that we can actually see someone that feels like a friend in ourselves in these photos. So
yeah, so transformative.
The possibility.
Yeah.
I
feel like that sometimes when we look at our past photos, that's easier to see. So there's been so many times for me where in a moment in a photo I felt like I looked terrible and this and that, and then I look back 2 or 10 years later and I'm like, oh my God, I looked amazing compared. But I love how you bring that into the present. Like, we don't have to wait 10 years to realize that we're worthy. And like you said, our perception is really different.
And sometimes it might be last week we can look back and be like, hey,
right.
I'm glad you let go of that thing you were really holding on to last week. And
right.
we don't need to look back 10 years to see ourselves with compassion. Sometimes it can be an hour ago.
Right. Yeah, that's so true.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're going to be bringing this into your session at Curve Camp, which I'm really excited about, which is practice the art of liking yourself through self-portraiture. So tell us a little bit about what people can expect from your session.
Don't be scared. It'll be my first thing. I love getting really playful with this kind of activity. We won't be taking self-portraits. It's going to be a experiential, active, participatory workshop.
Nice.
But it won't be scary. It won't be as scary as you think it's going to be. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, and I have a lot of really practical activities that we'll give a try, and we'll be exploring the grounds of this beautiful venue too. So
that's gonna be nice, and people can just bring their iPhone or whatever. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. iPhone, Android, anything. And if you don't know how to use it that well, we'll playfully explore that too. So you don't even need to know how to use your camera to come to this class.
That's awesome. Keep it simple. I love it.
Yeah.
So what is what are you most excited about with Curve Camp?
I got to go I signed up for another one of your events this year, the Wise Bodies, Wise Hunger.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, it was so exciting to be a student at that, a participant, and I'm really excited to teach alongside all these amazing other people who are there. But the participant experience too, I'm so excited to meet everyone who's going to be there. It's a wonderful size of event, and I think the perfect size for us really to all connect and get to know each other. Oh, we had a guest.
Yay!
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce your guest?
This ladybug from Cat.
Such a cutie.
She is.
I love how she's like, let's cuddle now.
You're sitting, you have a laugh.
Right.
Let me sit on it.
Exactly. So speaking of camp, do you have a favorite camp or sleepover or any kind of memory like that from your childhood?
Yeah, I actually got to go to summer camp for between going and teaching for 9 years.
That's awesome.
I worked at the camp too, so that's a large chunk of my childhood, and it was an all-girls camp on an island and no electricity.
Wow.
So we slept in tents, like wood-based canvas tent, and so I have a lot of camp memories.
I bet you do.
It was a big part of my life, but you know, sitting under the stars on the rocks by the water is probably one of just the kind of really simple moments of that. Yeah. Of course, alongside friends. So a big part of camp always is or has been the way that we can get to connect with people and
yeah, there's like a dropping in that happens in that space. Yeah. That's cool. I didn't know that about you. I love that fun fact.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So when I get to go to events that are like adult camp, it's like, yes! That era when, you know, camp's over.
Right.
Can I go back and do that?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so last question I want to ask you. What is your favorite go-to self-care or self-love practice?
Well, it's probably going to be related to self-portraiture.
That's fine.
It's not just something that I like to teach, but it's something that comes from my personal practice of checking in with myself. For example, yesterday, the day before, I was having a rough day. My inner critics were being very mean to me. You know, those days. And I went for a walk. So one of my favorite self-care practices is to get outside I just took my iPhone, not even my big camera. Nice. And I just walked and took photos. And eventually I put down my iPhone, propped it against my bag, and just stepped in front of the camera and started dancing and being silly. And it just was the most replenishing thing that I could have done for myself. And I came back feeling so much better. So a way that other people can explore that if they want to try this self-care practice is to just take their camera and go for a little stroll and just let kind of the noticing the world around us sometimes helps us see and be more compassionate and just replenish within us too. So I love a good hot bath too, but sometimes I need to go for a photo walk.
Yeah. And when I was listening to you describe that, and I know you and I have talked about this before, it just is so much like yoga. It's so connected, like in the sense of what I got from what you were sharing was you were out, you were in the moment, you were in your body, and that helped you come back. Yeah. And so I love that we can have all these different ways. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You going for your walk is your mat in that moment. Yeah. That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I cannot wait to see you in June and for everybody to get to connect with you and vice versa. So thank you. See you soon. Yeah.